Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with Bet Win Repeat Tuesday edition. It's Tuesday, right? June 6th? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday Bet Win Repeat show. Appreciate everybody stopping by, hitting the thumbs up button, giving us a like, giving us a follow, share us out, do all that kind of nonsense. Also, drop in the comments what you're into today. Questions for Ross or Nick Parsons. I'm having problems with my wedding ring. Like, it shrunk. It shrunk. My finger did not get fat. It did not. I'm not swollen. I'm not poofy or anything, or I'm not fat. My metal wedding ring got smaller. I don't know how it shrunk. Probably in the laundry or some shit. It happens. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So, Rye Cape in the house. What's good? What's good, my man? I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of some contest updates. I told everybody to like, comment, share. Told everybody, the new app, Picks and Parlay app, is available on all downloadable platforms, Google, Android, Apple, all that good stuff. Download it. It's free. You sign up. There's some specials on there just for the app, just for the people that are on the app. So there's that. Your play is on. There's a free pick out. Tony plays on WNBA. Speaking WA -4 on the LA Sparks. Neither one of my guests will have anything on WNBA today. But I think me and Tim Earl did one yesterday, free pick on WNBA. And if I'm not mistaken, they all kind of run together and blend together after a while. If I'm not mistaken, he's on the Aces. Minus all those points. Don't care. Taking it. So that's what he's on today. Hopefully everybody got my link instead of like last time. I don't know. I'm gonna text Ross right now. Make sure. Okay. Boom. Sent that out. Sparks game goes over, Robert says. There's a lot of people into some WNBA. Lots of y'all into some WNBA. I've seen that on the contests and everything like that. Speaking of contests, I'm going to give you guys a contest update as soon as I pull this up. I'm just going to share my screen because I didn't make a thing. Boom. Picks and Parlay contest page. This is what it looks like, folks. You go Picks and Parlays. You type in, I should say, go to Facebook. You type in facebook.com/group/Picks and Parlay contest. This is the page. You should all be linked up with that. Check this out. You go here, featured section. This is the weekly people. These are the people competing for $100. Right here. All these people. Some guy from Detroit is on Tampa Bay, not to bat in the ninth inning. That guy's an asshole. The monthly contest, all kinds of people. I gave update on the records yesterday, but this is where you would put your monthly picks in. Not a lot of people put their picks in so far. There's like 40s, mid 40s people in here or whatever. So there's that. I am on, where are my picks? Did I put my picks in today? Shit. Oh, there I am. I'm on Texas, no bat in the ninth inning, and Tampa, no bat, ninth inning. Here's how this contest works if you're not familiar with it. What it does is it basically gives you the opportunity, one, track your own records on a monthly basis. It's 30 days, 1st through 30th. It's 2 picks a day. It's each pick you have to give a screenshot showing that they're minus 130 or better. And we keep track of it and everything like that. You grade your own picks, like if you're 1-1, 2-0, 0-2, whatever you are. Multiple combinations, obviously. And then first place gets $250. Second place gets $100. Third place gets $50. Everybody gets a t-shirt. The weekly contest you should complete every month or every Monday that starts. First of the Monday, every Monday that starts. That starts off. That's $100 a week we give away in cash, whole cold card cash. Actually, it's probably a PayPal from Craig. But either way, you can go, you can cash it out yourself, and then, you can cash it out in the 5s, 10s, 20s, 250s, 100. If you're like me, 100 singles. Somebody's got to put those marine biology students through school at the Hustler. Somebody's got to do it, and that's me. With me today to talk some sports and just overall everything. Some MLB, the man, the myth, the legend. I don't think he gets enough love on this show on every Tuesday. This guy's a legend upon there's legends in our business, and then there's Ross. And then there's Ross's inside voice in his head, and we don't even talk to them people. So you guys have untapped potential here in Ross Benjamin. Ross on a goddamn rant.
As Joe Pesci would say, you're a funny guy, Lenny.
He's a funny guy. Oh, funny how? Funny like a clown?
I should say Ray Liotta, God bless his soul, said to Joe Pesci. Anyway, I gotta laugh. I'm listening to you wanting singles. You want instead of $100 bill. I was wondering if you're going to become a male stripper, Lenny.
I left that life behind, Ross. I did what I had to do when I first moved out to Vegas. You know what I mean? I mean, $20 is $20.
You got to do what you got to do.
I got to, I got to pay. I got kids. You got a house payment.
Detroit Lenny Jr.'s running around. You got to
don't say shit like that, Ross. The internet lasts forever. Don't say stuff like that.
Anyway.
The internet lasts forever for sure. Ross, how the hell you doing, man?
Oh, man, I can't complain. The NBA playoffs, Lenny's been extremely, extremely good to me. I'm having one of those special postseasons. 40-22 during the NBA postseason this year. 36-24 last year, 76-46 over the last 2 years in the NBA postseason, and that's all documented by independent sources, including right here at picksandparlays.net. So if anybody wants to confirm and check to see if those records are valid, feel free to do so, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free to do so. Not only that, 6-0 in the last 6. 13-4 in the last 17 and 23-9 in the last 32 with my NBA. So it's been just a terrific role in the NBA postseason, Lenny.
I love it. And I love I know I'm biased. I mean, it says Picks and Parlays on my shirt here. But I'm not oblivious to what other places have to offer and everything like that. The best thing I can say about Picks and Parlays, and I'll say this, and the leaderboards are 100% transparent. There's no smoke and mirrors here. It's not a bunch of this, that, or whatever. This is what this guy did. This is what he did yesterday. Like yesterday, the leaderboard said you were 3-0. You see that. You see the 3-0. Then you see the 30 days. You see the 7 days. You see all of that. And so you get anything you want from a handicapper standpoint. If you want to buy picks, premium plays, that guy.
I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm off a 3-0 sweep in Major League Baseball yesterday too, folks. So, a lot of great handicappers at picksandparlays.net, and if I'm not on a hot streak, I can assure you several others are. So that's the beauty about going to a site like that. Quality handicappers across the board. The big kahuna, Craig Trapp, has done a nice job of putting a star-studded cafes together.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything. If you want somebody that bets just on WNBA, I got that.
Yeah.
You want the MLB guy, I got that. I got whatever you want. Everybody. I feel like I don't want to say everybody, but just the major sports. And then there's certain people that excel at those. You're one of those. I can get a football pick from you. I can get a college football pick from you. I can get an NBA. I can get a baseball. I can get hockey. I can get everything from you, and I know it's premium level. So
I appreciate that, Lenny. And I got to ask you a question.
I didn't do it.
Pretty sure we're going to see a parade in Las Vegas pretty soon. No, are you going to attend?
So I got that question last night, and it's a debate with my wife, actually. We're both big Red Wings fans.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, my wife's a Red Wing fan. Even though she's born and raised in Vegas, she is a Red Wing fan. When I met her, she was a Red Wing fan. That was one of the things we got to talk about and we had in common. So I didn't sway her to another side or anything like that. She was already ride or die Red Wings for sure. But I will say this: she kind of. So my buddy of mine texts me and he's like, "Well, we're starting the parade planning," and I'm like, first of all, a lot more hockey's left. Yes. Second of all, let's not jinx ourselves. There's a lot more hockey left, and I'm like, I will root for. Here's my response to him: is I will root for the Vegas Golden Knights, but I don't know if I can celebrate them.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you. And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I go, "Well, I'm not going down there with a Knights jersey on. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I can't. I don't have that in my blood to wear another hockey jersey unless it's red and white. Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless it's got that winged wheel on it, I ain't wearing it. And I don't know if I want to wear my Red Wing jersey down to a Vegas Golden Knights parade. I don't want to.
Yeah, because you're asking for trouble, right?
Yeah. Right now, I'm asking for trouble. I'm too old for that shit.
That's like my old man used to tell me, Lenny. Don't look for trouble because enough will come your way, son.
Exactly. I don't have to look for it. I just seem to find it just comes to me. So I don't need to go looking for it. So that has bad news written all over it. So I think what we're going to do is, she wanted to take the kids though. And I'm like, I could see that because they might not ever see that stuff again. I think that's worn off of me because I've been to a couple Red Wings parades. So I have to take that into consideration that wife and kids have never been to anything like that, being born and raised in Vegas. So I might chalk it up and put a tiger hat on and just a black t-shirt, and that's as close as I get. And I'll go down there and do it for the kids, man. Do it for the kids. Yeah. You got to do it for the generation.
Absolutely, man. They got to make their own decisions when it comes to sports teams. That's one thing you can influence them, right? But by the same token, that's not something that's not. You don't want to discipline your child because
right.
Like the Las Vegas Golden Knights instead of the Detroit Red Wings. So
right. I mean, the kids go to school here. They're born and raised here. I mean, my one son, he's 14 years old. He's absolutely infatuated with the Knights, and that's great. Yeah. And that's his home team. That's okay. Yeah. I told him we got one rule. You can root for the Knights any night you want, unless they play the Red Wings. You got to go to your room and watch that stuff. You're not watching that on my TV. That's a Red Wing TV. You know what I mean? We watch the Detroit broadcast. So that's the only real thing. I don't know, like whatever. So she'll probably end up talking to me. Ross, you know how this works.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you got to be a family man, Lenny. And family men sometimes have to do things they really don't want to do, but they do it for the rest of the clan. And I'm sure you're the same way. I know you're the same way.
Yeah, I mean, so listen, I say no until my 13-year-old little girl goes, "You want to go to the parade?" And then I'm with those big damn eyes, and I'm like, okay, you want a shirt too? I mean, let's get ice cream on the way. I'm a sucker. I got 2 daughters, and I got 2 fingers. Heard that I'm wrapped around each one of their pinky fingers. They know it.
I feel you, buddy. I mean, my daughter's much older than yours, but I got a granddaughter too now. So when it comes to that happening, I empathize with you because my heart melts and I give in every time. Yeah.
I love when people text me stuff like that. They're like, "Are you going to do this?" I'm like, "Why you even bother asking me? You know, you got to ask my wife. Don't even bother asking me because all I'm going to do is now I'm the middleman. I got to ask her if I don't want to ask, I don't know. So Ross, let's talk about the MLB though. By the way, I'm taking Florida game 3.
All right. I said that just to spark a conversation, but yes, there's a lot of hockey to be played, but Florida right now, I don't know what they were doing in game 2, and Sergei Bobrovsky, who's been so good throughout the playoffs, now he can't stop a beach ball at the most inopportune time,
So I don't know if this is true, but this is word around the streets in Vegas is he was seen out late the night before. So we all know how Vegas can be, and maybe he was a little hungover. I don't know what that plays. I look for him to bounce back. That type of caliber of a goalie, I look for him to have the best game of his playoffs next game.
All right. Right.
And then I have Vegas in like 5 or 6. Vegas wins the cup. No, I'm not saying that, but in game 3, I'm rolling with the Panthers on a small price, which I think they could. I mean, Vegas is playing.
They're playing
like they came for the cup.
Yeah. They're playing tremendous right now.
Can't do anything wrong.
And they're getting good goaltending. Aiden Hill stood on his head the first. Well, he did in the first game, that's for sure. I mean, hitting 4 posts in the first game for Florida didn't help him. You know,
sometimes it's better to be lucky.
No excuse in game 2, right, Lenny? They took it right to him. So.
And he shut him down for the most part. I mean, I know they let in like 2 goals, but it was already 4-0. I think, or 5. They were meaningless.
Goals.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Aiden Hill is underappreciated. He came out of nowhere. Going into this season, he was not their number 1 goalie. You know, they made a move. They picked up Jonathan Quick. Vegas did. They thought maybe they have a round table of goalies that was supposed to be mediocre at best.
Yeah. Robin Leonard got hurt before the season started. And then Marc-Andre Fleury is at the end of his rope, you know, at his age. So he's still serviceable, but he's not a guy who's going to solely carry you to a Stanley Cup. So.
Right. So I like Aiden Hill. I think he's in contention if he has a couple more good games for the Conn Smythe. He might end up getting most valuable player of that series. So I mean, he very well could be. So not too sure. But that's that. But let's talk some MLB.
Yep.
Everybody wants to talk some MLB. You got an MLB free play for us here. And I know there's somebody in the chat asked for free play here. Somebody did. I don't know. Don, I think Don Player said he needs to play. I need 1 pick of baseball, Ross. That's all he needs. Just 1.
I'll give you a free pick. I mean, my premium picks you're going to have to play for, unfortunately, Don. That's what I do for a living. Baltimore at Milwaukee, Lenny. You're talking Kyle Gibson for the Baltimore Orioles. You're talking Freddie Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers on the hill today. 7:40 p.m. Eastern time in Milwaukee. Freddie Peralta has really shown poor form over his last 4 starts with a 7.32 ERA, and that figure that I always look at more closely than the ERA to WHIP, which is 183, which is extremely high. And quite frankly, with a WHIP that high, he's lucky his 7.32 ERA isn't even higher during that span. During those 4 starts, too, he only lasted 19 2/3 innings, and he allowed 6 home runs, which is alarming. A little over a home run per a little over 3 innings pitched. So that's not a very good ratio, right, Lenny? Milwaukee has, and the other thing is Baltimore's coming off a day off yesterday after completing that 3-game series in San Francisco over the weekend.
Travel back to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee played yesterday, right? So that's always something you need to consider. It's not a deal breaker, but if you like a side and you have that type of situation on a team that you're backing, it doesn't hurt, right? Kyle Gibson, on the other hand, he's been in very good form over his last 3 starts with a 1.83 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. And since last year, Gibson is 7-1 in his team starts on the road when facing a team with a winning record, which he'll be doing tonight. And this is a Baltimore team that's been very good on the road this year, 20-10 on the road, 25-10 at night as well. When you compare those splits, I mean, they're 25-10 at night, they're 12-12 during the day. Another thing, it's not a deal breaker, but something you can't ignore, and it just adds to the value of your pick. And Baltimore also 8-1 in their last 9 this year when they're an underdog, a money line underdog of between 100 and 139. Right now, you can get them anywhere from plus 110 to plus 115, Lenny. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore Orioles here. And I'll take the consensus number of plus 110 to be fair to everybody out there at Milwaukee this evening, Lenny.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm typing it up right now here. If I could spell Orioles, which obviously I can't. I like it. I like it. So you mentioned a couple things that I like. One, it's not a defining factor, but it's a piece of the pie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Them traveling back to Milwaukee. That's a long trip. San Francisco back to Milwaukee. those things factor in, but they're not a main decision factor. But when I'm leaning away and I see those points, that just tips the scale more that way. You know what I mean? But I like the Baltimore Orioles as well. That's on the card as well. I'm also into a couple other things. I'm into a lot of baseball today, actually, more than usual, which is a little concerning for me anyway.
Not if you win.
If I win, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a genius. But if I lose, I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? Like you try a little too hard here. But yeah, so I appreciate it. I love the Tim Earl saying let's go O's here. I saw a Rickett. You like this comment for Rickett?
Yeah, baby.
Sabres right there.
All right, Rickett.
2024. Yeah. Listen, Red Wings, Sabres, Stanley Cup Finals. Ross, we can't be friends for that 7 games.
How about conference finals? We can't meet in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Conference.
We'll both take conference finals.
Okay, we'll take that. We'll bet a steak dinner, and when the Red Wings sweep, it'll be great. Yeah.
And if the Sabres win the Stanley Cup, it will be the first parade for a champion here in Western New York, unless you want to count the National Lacrosse League, which the Buffalo Bandits just won. But who cares?
Right. Jimmy says Ross is worth the investment. Good luck, fellas. I second that notion.
Yeah.
Second that for sure. Speaking of first trophies or parades, like we mentioned that, Vegas, the only parade they've ever had, the Las Vegas Aces last year, WNBA. They're going to be a little different.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be a little different. This was like the WNBA parade would be like for a block. It was like from the Mandalay Bay to I don't know what a block later or whatever. It wasn't much. If and when the Knights win, Vegas is gonna go nuts.
Yeah,
which is another factor. I don't know if I want to be down there when they go nuts.
Well, they should. I mean, the other part of the equation is you people in Las Vegas better realize it's not that easy all the time. You've been in the league 6 seasons now, I believe. You've been to 3 conference finals and 2 Stanley Cup finals, and you're on the verge of winning, on the cusp of winning a Stanley Cup. So enjoy it, because you don't know when it may happen again. Not suggesting they won't win another cup for 20 years, but enjoy it. Lenny.
Right.
I mean, you could go was a dynasty for years, right? And all of a sudden it dried up, and it's like I miss those days.
Yeah, and, early 90s, late 80s were really, really nice times. From the late 80s, like 89, 88 to like early 2000s, the Red Wings were a great fan. Like it was easy to be a Red Wing fan.
Yeah.
Before 1988, man, they were called the Dead Wings for a reason. And I remember growing up and having Red Wing shirt on, and people were like, why? And I'm like, because I can.
Same reason why I like the Sabres,
I don't know. I was born into this shit. I didn't. They didn't give me an option with multiple choice in the birth certificate. I came out bleeding this shit. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Ross, I appreciate it though. I know you got to get going here. Ross, if you're looking for Ross's premium plays here, let me pull this up as well. Use the promo code MLB. That'll save you 20% off the entire site there. You're looking for Ross Benjamin's premium plays, go over to picksandparlays.net. Till then, though, today, free play, he likes Baltimore Orioles money line. We'll take that at some plus money. Ross, we'll see you next Tuesday. We appreciate it.
Don't forget, folks, I got my Game 3 NBA winning side up right now. It goes tomorrow night, but it's up right now. And terrific NBA postseason so far, 40-22, including 6-0 the last 6, 13-4 the last 17, and 23-9 the last 32. Where else would you want to go? But right here, right now.
Right here, right now. Good luck unless you're against us. Take care, Russ.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Lenny.
We'll see you. We'll see you next Tuesday, buddy. All right, guys, we're not done. We're not done. We're going to bring in our Canadian connection, as I like to call him, from the insider's room. You got to know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy to get this guy. I got this guy. Nick Parsons, everybody. How we doing, Nick? How's it going, my friend? How's everything at the insider's room? Let me put you over there. I think your mic is muted, though. Can you hear me?
How about now?
There you go. Now
there we go. We got it. Yes. No, there's some technical issues here this morning, Lenny.
I know. Nick,
finally.
by the way, the whole time I'm talking to Ross, Nick is in the background and behind the stage. And he's like, I can't hear. I'm having this. I'm glad we worked it all out. I can hear you. You can hear me.
Perfect,
How's the insiders room, my friend?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. After a slow start to the baseball season, have really turned it around, 19-7 on our last 26. So looking to keep the good times rolling for sure moving forward, and have gone 2-0 to open up the Stanley Cup Finals, and have gone 1-1 in the NBA so far. So all interesting stuff.
I'm sorry.
Which teams that you root for are supposed to win championships?
Yeah, we're all talking about Vegas possibly winning a cup. There's a lot of hockey left. I think it's way too early to start planning a parade. But I just say, there's more hockey to be played here. And Tim Hurl, he's Sabres fan, so he's like, wait, you're supposed to be teams you root for are supposed to win stuff?
I see. Right.
That's the rumor.
Well, you guys, so Tim was on Vegas from the start, is that right?
Yep. Tim's got Vegas and the Nuggets parlayed.
Wow.
To win championships. So that's a nice little ticket. We're rooting for him. I'm on Vegas as well. I think Vegas wins 5 or 6. I think Florida's game 3 though.
Yeah.
How did that sit with you last night in the NHL game 2?
I was expecting a bit of a lower scoring affair, but I did have the Knights. I thought that was really good value on this home team, and so I just thought that minus 130-ish price, in both games has been really decent considering how good the Golden Knights are at home, how experienced they are. We know the whole story with them and everything. And so Florida in a bit of uncharted territory, and that extra time off there, what didn't help, obviously, with momentum. We've talked about that before and everything. And so now the series shifts to Florida. And it's essentially do or die. You can't go down 3-0 and expect to win. And so but you know what, man, I'm looking more at the total in this next one. I think that we're going to see, this could be very well be a preview of a client play. But I like the under in this one because the total has gone to 6 now. It's firm 6. Yeah. Those first 2 games went well over the number. But, when you look at Bobrovsky, you look at the goaltending, you look at the defense on these 2 teams, it's not too difficult to, have a convincing argument. Yeah. And so I just think that this is do or die. Florida has to change something up. And so for me, I'm not sure about a side in this one. I want to bet Florida. Oh, you know what I mean? In this spot. But I have liked the Knights in the first 2 games. I took them in game 2. And so for me, I'm going to go with the total in this one and go under. I did have the over in game 1.
I had the over in game 1. And I had Vegas in both games. And I think I lean Florida and the under in game 3. I just think the Bobrovsky played, he got pulled. He got pulled in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's got to mess up here. That's got to mess around up here. And I think, look, he either responds like a god, I think he will. I think goaltending god, and
at home,
very well shut him out. I'd sprinkle a little on the shutout, on him on a shutout, just a little sprinkle. Right. Vegas team total under. That's the way you're either one way or the other. If you think Vegas is going to win, then Bobrovsky's done, and just start playing in the parade. But
let's not count Florida out. They were down 1-3 to Boston,
right?
And if it was Vegas and Boston would be a massive favorite in every game, right? Even on the road and everything. So
I kind of lean that way. Rycape says he leans Vegas game 3, Florida game 4. I for sure don't think Florida gets swept. They win one of these home games, whether it's 3 or 4.
So there you go. If you're going to take Florida in game 3, you're going to take them in game 4. There's no other way to go. So
I agree. Tim did not have Nuggets and Vegas parlayed. He had Nuggets and Leafs parlay, which that's just a terrible defeat there for Toronto Leafs fans. And then he has Vegas at plus 1,200 and the Nuggets at plus 2,000. That's still That's
Right.
Go Tim.
Yeah.
Get after that.
Congrats, man. Yeah, no.
Right?
So when going on to the NBA game 3.
Yep.
So I had the Heat.
Tomorrow.
I had the Heat in game 2. And so they win that game outright. I also had the Heat in game 1. So
I was on
that.
Denver both games, so obviously I'm 1-1.
Yeah, I had the over in game 1 as well.
Yeah, I teased it. I did a tease. I took Denver minus the points and over, so that didn't work out. I did in play the total at halftime thanks to Craig Trapp on the Picks and Parlay app. Sent out a little notification in play, and that was a nice little cash. So that's saved some of that game for me. But I kind of look. I'm just going to take the Nuggets here in game 3. I think I lean that way.
And so you know what? And so I do as well. But this could also become a client play. So keep your eyes open, guys. And I've had another good overall NBA season, not as good as last year. But when you add them both up, it's looking great over the last 2 years for the Insiders Room over at picksandparlays.net. Yes. But yeah, I was going to suggest perhaps looking at Denver on the money line.
If I can get them at like 130-ish, under 140, I mean, I feel like I just gotta. Would I like it at plus money? Sure. Like every play, I play at plus money. But I think at that price, I'm just gonna take it and be done, because one of these games are going to be decided by a bucket, and this could be the bucket. I don't want to lose. I don't want to take Denver -2 and Denver wins by 1 or 2.
I know it's
or
so
take
frustrating.
A -2.5. Oh my god, that'd be so.
If it's under -150 and you're talking about games like this, I think the money line option is a definite option.
Right.
Yeah.
What's a nugget trifecta? Are you gonna get chicken nuggets? Eat chicken
nuggets first half. Nuggets against the spread and
first quarter, first half, full game. Probably first quarter, first half, full game. Right? Bounce back. Yeah. Yeah. Tim, you got to think first quarter, first half.
I think it's all about adjustments at this point, and Denver's been really great at that, and they've been great on the road, and so
first quarter, first half, full game. Yeah, I get behind that, Tim, in this game. I really do. I think they let off the gas in game 2 and let the Heat in, and then it
that was a weird game. I mean, because if you took the Heat at half at +5, you lost. You took the game. Of course, you took them for the game, and they won outright. So, yeah.
Blowout game, and game 3 will be close in Denver. Gentlemen sweep. I don't know if Miami wins another game. I can get behind that. But that's me. I don't know. Nathan says I need to burn my Red Wings jerseys. First of all, that's never going to happen, and I'm never going to do the second part either. Sparkly gold just don't go well with me. I'm just saying. I'm not
crazy.
There's
the Knights look good, and
Matt
Stone is a great player, and so
I agree. What do we got going on in the MLB today?
I mean, there's a few interesting looks. Let me bring that up again here.
Let me see.
As I say, coming in on a decent run now here in baseball, so starting to feel a lot better, playing a lot of totals because I feel there's a lot of value there, and
right.
So
19-7 going in MLB run currently going on right now here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't hate all that. I'm on a few things. I'm on too. I might be on too much baseball today, but I got a lot of. I found my new favorite prop bet. It's on Caesars, and it's a prime example. Instead of taking, what was it today? Was the Rangers -140? I could get them at even money, -105, right around there, just not to bat in the 9th inning. So that's my new favorite.
Right.
That's taken over my Nerfy bets that I don't do any. I'm not doing a lot of Nerfy bets this year because of the pitch count. And then the rule changes and everything. It's kind of sped up the game. Nerfies aren't hitting really either. but Nerfies are kind of iffy. It's a really kind of spotty. So my favorite prop bet is when team's a little too juicy to take on the money line, but I don't want to take the run line. I'm just taking them not to bat in the ninth.
Just to win in regulation. And
just kind of winning in 9. Last night kind of screwed me on the Rangers when St. Louis they tied it up, and the Rangers won in the bottom of the 9th. But it was they won 4-3.
Right.
They were winning the whole damn game like 3-1. And that's good.
Yeah, and then we've also talked about just betting the first 5 innings, right? And betting the starting pitchers. But that's tricky as well. That can be tricky as well, of course. And it comes down to a lot to recent form and current form and stuff for these starters. So,
well, definitely go check out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's it. And just looking forward to closing out the first half really strong, and looking forward to the dog days of summer here and gearing up for everything else.
About to get after that for sure. Nathan says he's got a 3-team parlay: Rangers money line under 10 and Padres run line. Padres are on playing the Mariners. Logan Gilbert, Joe Musgrove. I can't bet. I'm not an on Joe Musgrove kind of guy. I got standards, Nathan.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm just kidding. Listen, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, you're looking for Nick Parsons, the Insider's Room over there. Use the promo code MLB, save it 20% off the entire site. Nick, I appreciate it. Even though all the technical difficulties, we got through all that. I appreciate you getting on, giving out some plays in the NBA and the NHL. Don't forget to check out his MLB plays over at picksandparlays.net. Get one of those packages, week, month, weekend package, something like that, 3-day package. Save yourself 20% off the entire site. MLB is the promo code. This has been Bet Room Repeat. We appreciate everybody stopping by. Don't forget, like, comment, share, or at this point, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We're going to bounce on out of here. Good luck unless you're against us. This has been Bet Room Repeat. Take care, folks.